due to intimate you and the public through your various medium of the new clandestine plots of the APC-led federal government to destabilize Ekiti state government and make my state ungovernable, using the instrumentalities of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and others. Few days ago, I got a wind of the activities and collaboration between an Ekiti-born SAN, who equally claims to be human rights activist, and an Ekiti former senator, who is the special advisor to the vice president, coordinating the activities to destabilize, discredit my person, and destabilize our state. And to the best of my knowledge, they said these activities are being coordinated under the watch of the Secretary to the Federal Government and the Attorney General of the Federation. It is apparently clear that because of my stance to let and make Nigerians have value for their votes, I have been very clear in my criticism of the activities of the federal government, which is not personal, because majority will have their way, minority will have their say. I equally initiated a letter of protest against the loan from China. These, I believe, are part of ingredients that will strengthen democracy and deepen democracy in our country. As a result of this, it has come to my knowledge of the planned arrest of my chief of staff and other honorable members and individuals, and detain them for a long time and charge them for treason. I don't know how our letters amounted to treason, and I don't know if it is out of order for us as citizens of this country to have our voice. Yes, they said they are investigating me. That is part of democracy. I am not against being investigated. I don't even have a right to stop it. Regarding the funds or the funding of my election, I want to state it very clearly that the funding of my election has no government connection or government donations. My election was funded by private sector, fundraising, and other well-meaning Nigerians. However, because I'm a sitting governor, I enjoy immunity, and I want to encourage them to continue with their investigation and keep their gunpowder dry until I have finished my tenure. Nigerians will recall that I was charged to court in 2006 for alleged 1.2 billion poultry scam. Today, I thank God that the court has absolved me of any wrongdoing, and the court has discharged and acquitted me. Knowing this, they've started another investigation, all to make or cause distraction for my person, and by brandishing figures of all sorts. I have no connection whatsoever with the Dasuki gate or Dasuki money, and there was no transfer from Dasuki or anybody to my accounts or to my campaign accounts. The facts are very clear. I am equally going to ask this question. Are we really fighting corruption, or we are muzzling opposition? Or we are branding the PDP and calling PDP or demonizing the PDP, or individuals that probably have a voice ahead of 2019. For instance, this petition was written by some individuals before I became governor, on the activities of my predecessor, Governor Kayode Fayose and his government. This was submitted to EFCC on the 29 September 2014. Nobody has called for questions. Nobody has invited people to at least ask questions. I will recall that I stumbled into this document too, which was written, this document from Universal Basic Education Commission, which talked about illegal withdrawal of 2012 state counterpart funds from the state coffers. In paragraph 2, they said this action constitutes a serious financial crime and also violates section 11(2) of the UBE Act 204. This was sent to them April 2015. The EFCC has not found time to investigate all this. But because I'm in opposition, then I should be investigated, I should be demonized, and figures should be brandished just to demonize me. Other petitions written by a group called Vanguard for Credible Representation, acknowledged by Independent Corrupt Practices, I think ICPC. These two were yet to see anybody being brought to question or asked any question about the activities of the last administration. In a reminder letter written in September 2015, that at least EFCC and ICPC should take action. But when you are in APC, you seem to be a saint. I want to equally ask that one of my honorable members was detained for 18 days without being charged to court, was incarcerated, and they have another plan to arrest about 10 other honorable members claiming they don't have certificates. I don't know when EFCC, SSS has become courts to determine who has the right certificate and who doesn't have the right certificate to contest election. Going to block accounts of associates, friends, House of Assembly members by EFCC leaves so much to be desired. Still on corruption, if truly we are fighting corruption, I have a document here, and I read. This is a document from the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia, between United States of America and William J. Jefferson. Everybody will recall the Jefferson story and the Halliburton scandal. If you look into that judgment of the court in America, some of the people indicted includes the wife of our president. $170,000 wire transfer from account in Nigeria in the name of Aisha Buhari to an account in the name of the ANG Group, the LLC identifying Williams Jefferson as beneficiary. For this kind of mention, in a sensitive nation like Nigeria where corruption is claiming is being fought, investigations should take root into all this. I want to ask this question pertinently, and I want Nigerians to, beyond party lines, have you seen an election that was never funded? Is APC telling Nigerians that their elections were not even funded by public funds? Some former governors were actually indicted. Some individuals were indicted. Till today, EFCC has not called them to question. This is not fighting corruption, but muzzling and demonizing opposition. We will keep our fingers crossed and watch turnout of events. But let me say very clearly, people like me cannot be intimidated or harassed by these petty actions orchestrated organized to achieve set goals. Death and incarceration. I am not part of the people that can be harassed by them. I have a calling. My calling is to play my role as Fayose, governor of Ekiti State and an opposition party figure. If this is targeted at harassing me, then they have failed ab initio. And I want to say again that this will not stop me from debating, talking about issues of national interest that will help Nigeria to survive. I called on international community to wade into all this so-called fight against corruption, which it's obviously political. May God help us all.